So hello there, this is Ritobroto from the GNU Linux Users Group NIT Durgapur and welcome to the very next video of web exploitation. Today we will be discussing a vulnerability known as the OS command injection. So OS command injection is basically the execution of unauthorized shell commands on the host operating system. So let us know more about it in detail. So, what is OS command injection? So, OS command injection is a web security vulnerability that allows an attacker to execute arbitrary operating system commands on the server that is running the web application and typically fully compromise the application and all its data. So let us know about the attack scenario in details. So in step 1, the attacker finds the website is vulnerable to command injection, and so he can find which OS is running on the remote server and can inject OS level commands. The command is either passed through the URL or to the vulnerable input field, and the commands get executed on the server. On successful execution of the commands, the attacker gets full control over the server and he can access the entire server and can manipulate data and perform many more things. So before we perform OS command injection, we must know about Linux commands, also known as the shell commands. If you want to know more about the Linux commands in details, you can check out the video called the Linux commands and their usage on the GLUG YouTube channel. The links will be provided in the description below. And now we are going to discuss some certain Linux commands that are specifically required for OS command injection. So let us open a terminal and start with it. So let us know more about the Linux commands that we are going to use in the OS command injection. So we are going to start with the command who am I. So the command who am I basically prints the user that has been logged into the machine. In this case is going to be Ritobroto. You can switch on to your super user account using sudo su, and you can run the command who am I. It will basically print here root, which is the user in this case. So basically the command who am I prints the name of the user that has been logged into the device. An alternative to who am I is the command id. The command id basically prints the user id, the group id, and the groups that are associated with the user that has been logged in. It's just an alternative to the who am I command. And coming to the next command is host name. The command host name basically prints the name of the local machine. In this case, this is R1T4 BR4T4. If you run the command hostname, it will basically print the name of the local machine. And coming on to the next command is uname. Uname is one of the most important commands as it gives us many information such as the operating system, then the kernel, its architecture, and so on. If you type here uname dash s, it will print the name of the kernel. Then uname dash o gives the name of the operating system, which is GNU Linux. Uname dash n gives the name of the node name or the name of the local machine, that is R1T4 BR4T4, which is similar to the output of the command host name. And if you want to get all the information at once, you can type here uname dash a, which gives all the information at once. So for example, the name of the kernel, the name of the local machine, the name of the operating system, its architecture, and so on. Now coming on, the next command is ping, and it is associated with an IP address. Now the IP address is basically the address of a device on the internet or a local network, and the IP stands for Internet Protocol, and the IP for your local machine is 127.0.0.1. And the command ping helps to measure the total time taken for a message to be transmitted from the source to the destination and its way back to the source. I will give a count here as 4, that is it will ping the local IP 4 times, and as you can see I'm getting the individual time for each ping as well as the total time taken, and it's a good way to see whether the connection is established with the target IP or not. Now coming on to the next command is going to a basic Linux command, that is ls. Ls basically shows the contents that is present in the given directory. If you type the command ls, you can get the name of the folder that is stored in the directory, that is desktop, downloads, Jupyter Lab, and so on. Now if you want to change the directory to a certain folder, suppose you want to go inside the folder named Jupyter Lab, you will type here cd Jupyter Lab, and you can change your directory to Jupyter Lab, and you can see the contents using ls. Now if you want to revert back to the parent directory or to the previous folder, you can just type cd dot dot, and you can go back to the parent directory. Now moving on to the next command is going to be an command named cat. So what does the command cat does is helps to show the content in a particular file, maybe a text file or an HTML file or a PHP file, etc. So basically the cat can show the contents stored in a given file, for example index.txt, and it will basically show the content that is present in the given file. Now moving on to the next command is basically a command known as echo, and echo is basically used to print the text that you actually want to print. For example, echo hello world, and it will print the string hello world in a terminal. Now in case of very long strings, and in case of strings which you want to use repeatedly, you can declare it using environment variables. For example, export glug, where glug is the name of the variable, and you can store a long string. For example, may the source be with you, and in this case you can call the variable using echo space dollar, and you give the name of the variable, that is glug, and you can get the name of the string. This is used mainly for the purpose of easy parsing of strings while exploitation. Now you are very well equipped with the Linux commands that we are going to use in OS command injection. So let us move further. So let us learn about the different ways of injection. So while performing OS command injection, there might be a need to execute more than one command at a given time. This can be made possible by using certain command separators, for example, single ampersand, double ampersand, single pipe, and double pipe operators. These operators can be used in both Unix based as well as Windows operating systems. There are other separators, for example, semicolon and slash n operators. These operators are exclusive only to the Unix based systems only. And let us see all these operators in action in our very own terminal. So let us learn more about these operators in detail. So let us have a command like echo hi double ampersand echo hello. What it will does is that it will print both the strings such as hi as well as hello. Now what will happen if I misspell the first command and I write double ampersand echo hello? It will give an error stating that the command was not found, and it will not move on to execute the second part of the command. But in case of single ampersand, if you write echo hi single ampersand echo hello, in this case it will print both the hi and hello, but in the reverse order as that of the double ampersand. Now if you misspell in this case like echo hi single ampersand echo hello, it will print the second part, which was the correct part, that is hello, but it will also give an error like in the first one, like the command was not found. Now moving on to the double pipe operator. So in case of double pipe operator, if you write echo hi double pipe echo hello, what will happen is that if the first command is absolutely correct, then it will execute the first command and will not execute the second part of the command. For example, it will only print hi. But if you misspell the first command and if you type here echo hello, what will happen is that since the first command is actually wrong, it will give an error, but it will execute the second part of the command. So basically it will give an error, but it will print the second command. Now in case of single pipe operator, what will happen is that if you write echo hi echo hello, what happens in this case is that it is basically redirects the output of the first command to the input of the second command. But in this case, since both of them are very much unrelated commands, so it will just print hello. But if you misspell the first one, like echo hi and echo hello, in this case it will again print hello, but in this case it will just return an error. And now moving on to the next operator, that is a semicolon operator, which is very much exclusive to the Unix based system. You can write here echo hi semicolon echo hello. It is just same as the double ampersand operator, and it will execute both the given commands. Now let us have a quick session at the DVWA, that is a damn vulnerable web application. In case you want to know more about DVWA, you can check out our previous video on web exploitation in the GLUG YouTube channel. There we have discussed the DVWA and how to set it up in much more details. So let us resume for now. So in the username, type in admin, and in the password, type in password, click on login. Then go to the bottom and click on create reset database. You must be seeing that the database has been created. Then click on please login. Then again in the username, type in admin, and in the password, click on password, then click on login, and there you are at the damn vulnerable web application. But before you start, check the DVWA security, and the security level is currently low. So there are actually 4 security levels: low, medium, high, and impossible. We will start with the low security level. Click on submit, then move on to the command injection, and as you can see that there is a box entitled ping a device, and there is a field called enter an IP address, and there is an input field which is hopefully vulnerable to OS command injection. So let us look at the help section once before we begin. So in the help section, it states that the purpose of the command injection attack is to inject and execute commands specified by the attacker in the vulnerable application. In situation like this, the application which executes unwanted system commands is like a pseudo system shell, which is basically like the terminal you use in Linux and like the PowerShell in Windows. And the attacker may use it as any unauthorized system user. However, commands are executed with the same privileges and the environment as the web service has. Command injection is possible in most cases because of the lack of correct input data validation, which can be manipulated by the attacker in the forms cookies or HTTP headers, etc. The syntax and commands may differ between the operating systems such as Linux and Windows depending on the desired actions, and this attack may be also be called as a remote command execution, that is the RCE. So what is our objective is that to remotely find out the user of the web service on the OS as well as the machine hostname via the RCE. So we will start on with the low level, that is this allows for the direct input in one of the many PHP functions that will execute commands on the OS. It is possible to escape out of the design command and execute unintentional actions. This can be done by adding on to the request. Once the command has executed successfully, run this command. So we have to basically conjoin or inject our very own OS command using the operators that we have studied before. So let us see it in action. So before we move on to the practicals, let's us check the source once. So in the source, as we can see that we have to submit a IP that will pass on to the target, and then in the we have to determine the OS and execute the ping command using the uname command. And if it is Windows, it will ping the target, that is the IP which we have provided, and in case of Unix it will ping the target 4 times. Okay, and in the echo, what we'll get back is basically the executed ping command. So let us start with it. So let us give a very common IP address, that is the localhost, that is 127.0.1, and click on submit. And as you can see here that I got the 4 ping requests. So let us try to inject our own OS command using the ampersand operator. So double ampersand, and let us type who am I. So our main motive was to get the user of the web service. So using who am I can get the user of the web service. That is, yes, I got the user of the web service, that is www data. Our next motive was to get the name of the machine, which we can guess by the host name. So we type 127.0.0.1 double ampersand host name. You can also use the uname command if you want, but I am using the host name. I'll click on submit, and As you can see, I got the name of the host machine, that is a D99944E32EB1. So I got the user, that is www data, and the machine host name as well. So it was quite easy, right? So let us try the medium level difficulty as well. So go on to this DVW security and choose the medium level difficulty and click on submit. Then go on to command injection, and before we proceed, let us look at the help as usual. So in the medium level, the developer has read up on some of the issues with the command injection and placed in various pattern patching to filter the input. So however, this is not enough. Various other system syntaxes can be used to break out of the desired commands. So we have to use other system syntaxes which are going to see. So let us check out the source first. So in the source, as you can see that we have got something new, that is substitutions. What is it? It is that when we use the double ampersand operator or the semicolon operator, it is going to replace or substitute with a single space. So this is known as the blacklist, and this process is known as sanitization. What sanitization does is that it helps to prevent this command line injection by replacing the operators with with certain characters or spaces. So here it will remove any of the characters in the array, that is the double ampersand or the a single semicolon, that if we try to inject our very own OS command using the double ampersand operator or the semicolon, it will not be functional because it has been blacklisted or rather sanitized. And the rest of the code has been same as that of the easy level difficulty. So let us try it out once. So let us go to the DVWA and let us type down 27.0.0.1 and let us give us a ping. And as you can see, I got the ping as the easy level difficulty. Now let us try with the double ampersand operator and let us check whether it works or not. So double ampersand, who am I? So as you can see that I did not get the desired output. This is because the double ampersand and the semicolon operators have been sanitized or rather blacklisted. So let us try with the other operators that we have learned, that is the double pipe operator or the single pipe operator. So let us use the single pipe operator now and let us use who am I. And as you can see that I got the name of the user, that is www data. And similarly, our next motive was to get the name of the machine. So you can type here host name, or you can rather type uname also, uname dash n. So it will give the same output that of the host name as well. So let us see. And as you can see, I got the name of the machine, that is D99944E32EB1. So this is how you perform the OS command injection. I have solved both the low and the medium level difficulty. The high level difficulty challenge is left for you to solve. In case you have any difficulty, you can contact any of us in the GLUG Discord server. The link is in the description below. So in case you want to practice more on OS command line injection, then you can go on to the following links. The following links are also provided in the description below. You can surely check them out. And thank you. Do like the video and subscribe to the GLUG YouTube channel. And until then, stay safe and may the source be with you.